everyone, and welcome to Ariana's Food Adventures. This adventure we're heading back to Greece where we're going to make turkey meatballs with a healthy twist, along with one of my favorite grains, farro, and then homemade tzatziki sauce. Let's get cooking, shall we? Alright, so before we start making our meatballs, I'm going to serve it on a bed of farro. And farro is a wonderful, very nutty, very healthy grain to add to any addition. Alright, to cook our farro, I got one Instant Pot bowl here, and to that I'm going to add 3/4 cup of farro right on in, 1 cup and a quarter of just plain old water. And then once we put this Instant Pot back in, we're going to set it to 7 minutes on manual, and it'll be perfectly cooked. Alright, so can't have some delicious meatballs without some homemade tzatziki sauce. So I got a cucumber here. I'm just going to cut the ends off. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to grate the cucumber, put it into the strainer, and we're going to squeeze out all the excess juice because we don't need that in the tzatziki sauce. We don't want it to be too watery. To the shredded cucumbers, I'm going to smash a garlic, just whack it like that. Finally chop the garlic. And once it's been roughly chopped, go ahead and add a little pinch of salt, just right over the garlic. We're going to turn into a nice little paste. Alright, so the garlic's been into a nice paste, just scoop it like that, dump it right in. We're going to add some salt, some cracked black pepper, a drizzle of extra virgin olive oil, and for a nice little freshness, some fresh lemon zest. After you get some zest in there, we're just going to use a little juice, and then like I showed you in my previous video, not to get any seeds in there, squeeze it cut side up, just like that. That way you don't get any seeds in there. Can't have tzatziki sauce without some fresh dill. So I've got about a 1/4 cup of fresh dill in here, and just give that a nice chop. Okay, after you got that chopped up, just sprinkle in like that. Can't have some tzatziki sauce without some good old Greek yogurt, and I'm using whole milk Greek yogurt for this. Dump it right on in. Say about 1/2 cup worth, give or take. Give that a lovely stir, and look at that. Homemade tzatziki sauce. Super yummy, super healthy. Alright, to make a wonderful base for our meatballs, we're going to start with some just olive oil, a garlic clove, and just smash it. Cut it very fine. Alright, just grab the nice garlic chunks, put that right on in. And then I got a secret little ingredient that's also very heart healthy. Alright, so I got wonderful capers right here. And you're probably wondering what exactly is capers. They're like a little buds of salty goodness. Give those a nice little chop. Alright, those have been chopped up nicely, so go ahead and grab them. Dump it right into that saute pan with the garlic. And we're going to set this to a burner about medium-low heat. That way the garlic and the capers start cooking together. I'm going to get started on our spinach. And this may seem like a lot of spinach, but fun fact, when you cook spinach, it actually cooks down, so there's not much. So what we're going to do is just kind of roll it all together just like that. Give it a nice rough chop. And to that pan, we're going to add that handful of spinach right over it just like that. And since we got the nice natural salty flavor from the capers in there, I'm just going to add a touch of black pepper. So we're going to let this cook down for a few minutes until the spinach gets nice and wilted and the wonderful capers and garlic add a wonderful flavor to it. Take a look at that. And you can see the spinach has really cooked down rather nicely. And I gave it a few minutes so that way it gets nice and wilted and you can smell the garlic, you smell that wonderful salty flavor from the capers. So give this a few minutes to cool down and then we'll add it to our ground turkey. Alright, so I got about a 1/2 pound of ground turkey, and I love using ground turkey for any kind of meatballs I do, just because 1, it's healthy, and 2, they do a wonderful job of absorbing any flavor you throw its way. We're going to add an egg white, because like I said, we're going to try and make it healthy. Let's just separate the egg just like that. And for a wonderful healthy cheese alternative, I got some feta cheese here, about a couple tablespoons of feta cheese. Dump it right on in. Some fresh lemon zest right on in. Alright, for my secret ingredient, I'm just going to add a little sprinkle of cumin. And cumin's a wonderful spice that adds like, that little extra savory note. That, just a nice handful or two of some gluten-free breadcrumbs, just to bring it all together. And then your best tools for mixing it, your hands. So mix it all together. That hasn't been mixed in. Let's wash our hands and get some meatballs portioned out, shall we? Alright, so I got a baking dish right here that's lined with some aluminum foil. And just to make sure that the meatballs don't stick to the wire rack, we're going to spray with some non-cooking spray. Just to make life easier and easy cleanup. Alright, so we got our little scoop. Just like that. And it makes it so much easier to portion out. That way they're all the same size, and that way they all cook evenly. Alright, forming the last meatball. Place it just like that. And we're going to put this into a 400-degree oven, basically for about 15-20 minutes or so. Basically, you want to make sure the meatballs reach to 165 degrees. Alright, so I just pulled our farro from the Instant Pot, and look how fluffy that is. Look how good that looks. It's so good for you and such a wonderful nutty grain. Now, if you prefer rice, feel free to use rice. If you rather use orzo, like some pasta, feel free to. Either way, it'll be delicious with this meal. Ooh, look how delicious and golden brown those meatballs look. We're going to stick a thermometer right on in just to make sure they're all the way cooked through. And we're going to get to 165 degrees and they will be perfectly cooked. Alright, 165. Alright, so I got a little bit of delicious farro. Gonna take some meatballs. Just like that. Add our wonderful tzatziki sauce right over the meatballs. And there you have it, folks. Wonderful, heart-healthy, and delicious meal. Time to dig in. I will see you on my next adventure. Enjoy!